I'm going to demonstrate how the Realia strategy can be implemented in an English or language arts classroom, typically in the middle and high school grade levels. Realia is the use of stuff. Typically, I think we see it more used to teach students about people, places, or vocabulary terms. In my example, I'm going to show you how it can be implemented to teach literary terms or literary devices in a work of literature. Specifically for this example, I'm going to show you how it can be implemented, or how it should be implemented prior to teaching or to getting into a work of literature or a literary analysis. When teaching students about differences between concrete phrases, language, or terms and abstract language, phrases, or terms, it's good to go through a lecture first before bringing up the realia, or the stuff, for students to see. What I have done is I've created a PowerPoint before with, of course, students being able to see it on the screen, as well as providing them handouts with the slides that I have lectured on for the PowerPoint. So they can hear me, they can see it up on the board, and they can also follow along during a lecture through the handouts and slides. And then once I've gone through the lecture on the PowerPoint once, I go through it again, but this time I implement the realia. When I'm presenting students with an example of what concrete language, terms, or phrases are, I have the tangible stuff. Phrases are, concrete terms and phrases or language is something that can be touched, picked up. It is solid. It's concrete, just like the sidewalk that you walk on outside. You can pick it up. Its definition does not change. It appeals to the senses. You can see it. You can touch these scissors. You can feel this marker. Sometimes you can smell them. And here's some tape too. This is an example of concrete terms, concrete language. Here's the realia to go along with what has been discussed in the PowerPoint and what they are looking at in their handouts. And then I'll bring out more realia. This is also a good strategy to implement for this kind of English lesson, because realia, you've got the real realia with the concrete terms, and then we have the abstract language, or abstract terms, or abstract phrases, which are imaginable. You can't touch it, you can't pick it up. It can be defined, but its definition changes with each person. Does not appeal to the senses. For example, freedom. I wrote it down on a piece of paper because you can't pick it up, you can't go buy it at the store, you can't put it in a bag, in a tray. Freedom, the definition is different for everybody. Another abstract term is love. You don't have a real example of it, but love is different for each person again. Your definition of love can vary from my definition of love. So it's not something solid. It's not as solid as the sidewalk that we walk on. You can keep it simple. This is a good visual for EL students, because though some of them do benefit from lectures and handouts, a lot of them, of course, benefit from the realia, or the stuff that you bring into the classroom. It is good to have it handy, as in this presentation, prior to a literary analysis, as well as during a literary analysis or reading a work of literature. They can see what was discussed in the lecture, and completes the lesson as students complete the reading of literary works of literature, as they see the examples, and they have the PowerPoint, and they also have the handouts. That's the realia strategy in an English classroom.